Hi everyone, my name is Malva and I'm a yoga teacher based on Mallorca. Together with Santissim, we want to invite the community to start practicing yoga. Whether you practiced before or you never heard about it and you want to start, maybe this video will help you. Yes, so there are different reasons why to begin on this path. As we know, nowadays a lot of people practice yoga, and you could ask, why do they do this? What's the hype about? Yeah. So one of the reasons, it's a very beautiful Asian practice that originates from India, where it really answers a lot of questions, as much existential questions that one might have, as much spiritual questions, and then also it does help to improve our wellness. So we mainly practice yoga through ourselves, through our bodies. On a physical level, we do it through asana practice, and the movement linked with the breath, which is the pranayama practice, helps us to just feel more alive, more inside of ourselves. Yeah. And then as we begin this journey, internal journey, we can also connect to unify to yoga, which means the word yoga, as much with our essence, as much with the external world, and become just more sensitive, become more in tune with all that is happening around us, as much as what is happening inside of us. And it crystallizes our way of sensing what our body needs, for example. Because sometimes the mind wants to do one thing, but the body actually wants to experience a different thing. And then the question would be like, are we going in tune with ourselves or against ourselves? And through a good practice, you can start to become a bit more autonomous in that way. Yeah? Instead of maybe other people telling you what you should do, you start to feel like, oh, what is actually good for me? How do I listen deeper to what are my needs and how can I answer those needs? But like in anything, to feel it, the best is to experience it. Yeah. So when you start to practice, there are many different ways to begin, but one of the best, I think, ways is to just start with a gentle warm-up. Okay, so I invite you now. It's gonna be a short practice. We're just gonna maybe take like a few minutes, 10 minutes of your day, and it's just to kind of start to feel into your body, to start to feel better. Okay. Especially if you're working a lot, or if you're sitting in the office or work at home, and you just want to take a little break and stretch out and start to feel yourself more alive, bring some new oxygen in your cells, and just to reset a little bit. Oh, reset is a good word. Okay, so let's begin. And I invite you to come. You don't even need a yoga mat. It could just be in your, just need a little bit of space around you. Yeah. And first, just start to feel into your feet. So sway yourself a little bit more forward, a little bit more back, and just start to feel your feet touching the floor and the weight of your body shifting forward and back. Yeah, come onto your tippy toes and then take a few steps forward and a few steps back. Just walking on the tippy toes. And then switch, walk onto your heels. And this can feel a little bit strange at the beginning, but see if you can just feel the heels pressing into the floor. Good. Now come inside your feet like this, walking a little bit like a penguin. Yeah, forward and back. And then switch and come to the outer edges of your feet. And also a few steps forward and a few steps back. And maybe already this, you still start to feel your feet more present, yeah? And then we go into the knees. So bend and extend your knees a few times. Flexion, extension, just make sure that your feet are parallel and that your knees, they go exactly along with your feet in the same lines. One more time. Good. And then step your feet together, bend your knees, place your hands over your knees, palms face inwards. Here, just make sure that you drop your tailbone. So not lifting like this, dropping, bringing the belly a little bit more in, relaxing the shoulders, so here spread between the shoulder blades, and just do a few circles. To the right, try to keep your feet pressing into the floor, so without lifting your toes. And see if you can maybe even go a little bit deeper, and switch, other way. Good, come up. Now separate your feet hip-width apart and start to just move your hips. Nice and big circles. Good, and switch, other way. Good, come back to center. Keep your hips facing forward, and we're gonna do gentle twists in our spine. So just twisting, your hands are loose. You can bring one hand towards your shoulder, the other hand behind you, tapping on the area of your kidneys. Just gentle twists. Trying to keep your hips facing forward so that you experience the twist exactly in the area of your spine, twisting your spine from your core. And come back to center. Now bring the shoulders up towards the ears, pull them back, drop them down, and bring them forward. And we just do a few nice circles with the shoulders. Good, and switch direction. Nice and big. Massaging all the area between the shoulder blades, trapeze muscle, and return to center. Now stretch your arms forward and just do a few rolls with your wrists. Spread your fingers wide. And change, other way. Good. Come back, bring the arms down, place the hands onto your thighs, keep the feet parallel, and now we're just going to turn the head side to side. So go to the right, to the left, a few times each side. Good, and coming back to center. Now bring your ear to the shoulder. Ear to shoulder a few times, then we can release your hands. Good. And come back to neutral, chin to chest, and then just bringing the chin up and down a few times, opening your throat, opening the back of your neck. And return to center. With your head, few circles to the right. Nice and big, and if you make the circles big, you might even feel how your body replies, especially the area of your spine, your whole back, and change, other way. Take your time. Good, and come back to neutral. Now just slowly, so you don't get dizzy, roll your head up. Good, we're gonna do a little bit of movement now, but paying attention to the breath, okay? So now we warmed up all the major joints in our body. To pay attention to the breath, bring your hands to your lower abdomen. You can bring them in this position with the index finger and your thumb touching, like this. And now you're gonna breathe into that area of your body. So actually first bring your hands up and just touch here on the upper area, so around your collarbones, and see if you can experience your breath here. Yeah? Just taking a few deeper breaths here. Okay, now bring your hands here towards the area of your ribs, yeah, the rib cage, and see if you can breathe so that your hands are separating and then going in together. Yeah. Also a few times. Okay, now bring your hands to your belly and see if you can breathe into your belly. Sometimes this is like the hardest one, to feel your belly and to feel how it expands and contracts. Okay, and now I think the most difficult one, bring the hands here to your back, and then also see if you can experience the breath here. So just nice and slow. Taking your time, so without pushing or pulling the breath, just inviting the breath to float into the part of the body where your hands are resting now, yeah? Good, and slowly come back. So now, feeling that you can breathe into all these different parts, if there is a part that felt a little bit more challenging, maybe this is the part that you need to pay and stay more with, yeah? Placing your hands and just observing if you can breathe into all these different parts in your body. And now we're going to start to move a little bit our spine. So bring the hands here, drop your tailbone, bring the ribs a little bit more in, and first on the inhale just expand, opening through the front of the body, and on the out breath you bring the hands towards the belly and you open your lower upper back. Inhale, opening through the front, exhaling, opening through the back. Inhale, expand through the front, and exhale, fold inwards. And you can just start to move like this, and then little details. For example, keep going, but then check that your feet are nice and open on the floor, that your toes are spread, that the arches of your feet are lifted. Keep moving, keep breathing, and then see if you can open the palms of the hands a little bit more, spreading your fingers, like you want to pull the blood flow all the way to your hands, all the way through your spine, and just move your spine like a wave. Breathing in and folding inwards. And sometimes at the beginning, for some people, even just this could be a very nice start of the practice. And you could do it, you know, for 10 minutes even. This is a very nice therapeutic movement for your spine. And after some time, you might even start to feel that the warmth begins to travel to your hands. Actually, oftentimes, the slower you do these movements, the better. And then on the inhale, expand. On the exhale, maybe not contract. I wouldn't say that word is as proper as what I'm trying to express. Compressing. Yeah. Inhale, expansion. Exhale, compression. Opening also the back of your neck. And only now feeling the movement and the breath. Let's just do 2 more. Good, and then slowly release, bring the hands down. On the inhale, just pull one time, arms up. And then exhale, release. Okay, so I hope that you liked it. This was just a little introduction, a little beginning. We're almost on 15 minutes of this little video tutorial, and there will be more. So this is a nice one just to begin, especially with the warm-up of all the joints, to prepare your body then for practice. Okay, so send you a big hug wherever you are, and see you on the next one. Ciao!